everyone, this is Alice. My group choose the right to a name and nationality. So, yeah, the right to a name and nationality is a crucial part of the child's identity as stated in the United Convention of the Right of the Child. Every child has the right to have a name and to know their nationality, which helps them to feel a sense of belonging and connection to their family, community, and culture. We choose this right because it's the foundation of a child's identity. It shapes who they are and allows them to be recognized as individuals with their own rights. Okay, we think that this right is important because when a child has a nationality and a name, it gives them access to special service like education and healthcare. It also ensures they are not invisible or left stateless, which could affect their ability to access opportunity and feel accepted within the community. This activity aims to help children understand the importance of these rights by allowing them to express their identities creatively, learn about the diverse ways people can belong to a community or a country. And the right of nationality. Nationality is a legal bond between a person and a country. It gives children a sense of identity and belonging and ensures that they are recognized as citizens with certain rights and protections. Nationality can come from the country where a child is born, the nationality of their parents, or through living in a country for a significant period. With a nationality, children may face many challenges. They could be denied access to education or healthcare or other basic services. Being stateless or having no nationality can also make it difficult for children to travel or to get a passport or even prove who they are. So that's why it's important that our children have a right to nationality from birth.
Referring to children's right to a name, some states prohibit the change of children's name by parents. So parents are not allowed to change the children's name in some situations like divorce. When parents get divorced, they are not allowed to change the kid's name. This is must because of the parents' rights, the children's right. There are some exceptions, like in adoption. In adoption, parents are allowed to change the kid's name. Family relations. Well, children's identity generally is minimized to the relation that children and parents can have. But to recognize children's rights, it's important to recognize that children are able to create a lot of relations out of their parents. For example, in their family and out of their family. In their family can be there a lot of people more important than the parents. For example, siblings, grandparents, aunts, uncles, cousins, etc. So it's important to recognize the identity of children and not recognize children as the son of, the daughter of someone. Well,
Family relations. Children separated from their parents in different countries may struggle to preserve their family identity. Countries should prioritize reuniting families quickly in times of war. Protocols like those of the Geneva Convention ensure displaced children's identities are preserved. A child's identity includes their personal history, their culture, their language, and their religion. Interference with any of these aspects, such as suppressing a minority language or religious practices, can harm their identities. Articles 20 and 30 of the Convention emphasize the importance of maintaining a child's ethnic, cultural, and linguistic background with a reserve. In ensuring the preservation of a child's identity, it's essential to maintain detailed records such as birth registration, genealogy, and early life details. All the things that a child cannot remember by themselves. This is especially important for children who are refugees, who are abandoned, who are fostered or adopted. States are responsible for enforcing proper record keeping, ensuring these records are confidential. For children in out of home care, like foster families or institutions, social background investigations and detailed documentation must follow their child and be regularly updated. This helps safeguard their identity throughout the care process. Without these protections, a child's right to maintain their identity could be compromised.
Let's talk about how international laws protect the person's displacement rights, especially in children, protecting their identity and their personal documentation. Principle 20 ensures IDPs receive vital documents such as passports without unreasonable conditions, such as being forced to return home. Article 9 mandates that states reunite separate children and parents and punish anyone who tramples a child's identity. The 2006 International Convention of Enforced Disappearance criminalizes enforced disappearance and ensures that children that was wrongfully adopted can reclaim their identity if it's on their best interests. There are debates of lawful interference in child's identity. These laws are prioritized to protect the vulnerable and reuniting families.
Okay, now the activity. This activity is divided in two parts. The first part, each child was given a piece of paper to decorate. In this case, we four were the children, so we wrote our names on the paper, and we're free to add pictures, colors, symbolisms to represent us, as you can see in this part of the screen. For example, in my case, I put a cat, I put some books, I put my headphones, I put painting, etc. All this was with the intention of making them, in this case the children, aware to their identity. By personalizing these papers, the children learn that everyone's name is unique and special, just like them. Okay, now the second part of the activity. In the second part of the activity, we took the concept of nationality a step further and let the children, in this case Keith and Samuel, imagine their new country. We talk about what makes each country unique, its culture, traditions, symbolism, and yeah, we also create a flag of our country. So in the next slide, you are going to see a video of my classmate explain the flag of their country. So yeah.
This story. Every 20th of September, the country of Victoria celebrates the diversity, the culture, the art, and their connection with nature and the animals.
The flower of the flag is the national flower. It is called lily. Basically, this flower is the main attraction and the main object of the culture and the festivals of the entire country.
So we have seen how this article emphasizes in how the children's rights are important since we are born. This article especially refers to what we know as name and nationality, but it also refers to something else. Name is not just the way you are called. For example, you are not just Santiago, you are not just Jason. You're a person and you have an identity. So this identity is presented in a culture, in a group, or in a way that you share with your close ones. So this culture is important for the development of a new person, a newborn person, and all the children have to have the right to access to it. In the other way, we have the nationality, and it's not, as I said before, just where you were born. For example, I'm Colombian, but I'm not just Colombian. I'm a person that lives here, and for living here, we have some benefits. What are those? For example, we have access to education, we have access to school, and we can get married, for example. And for all that, we need certain documentation, and this documentation must be there since we are born. Why? So that's because when we are newborn, we are not able to protect ourselves from anything. So we need to grant from legal way that we belong to something and we have access to something and we have right to have something related to our nationality. It also depends in any country, it also depends in any state, but overall the children's rights say that we need to have access to it and it must be granted for the state. And just to close, we have seen all this information, we have done an activity with it, and I hope everybody understood what we're trying to make, and thank you so much.